This is Gabby Franco, and today's my first episode. I decided to do a show, and every day, well, I think every day, if I can, I will have different guests talking about firearms, talking about shooting, talking about sports, politics, motivation, good stuff. Some stuff may not be that good, but something that, we can talk about, we can have a conversation. And please, if you have any comments, just write your comments. I may highlight your comments. Today, I have an amazing person, and I'm very proud to have her in my first episode. Is Jenn, and here she is.
Hey,
hello.
Hey, Gabby.
Hey, how are you? Look, we have Bob from Ohio. Thank you, Bob. Thank you for tuning in. This is awesome. So, Jenn, oh my God, SHOT Show next week. I'm going to miss it. I can't believe it's going to be like 6 years in a row, and this is going to be the first one I'm going to miss. How do you prepare for SHOT Show?
Wow. Well, lots of Red Bull, lots of airborne, lots of phone calls. I mean, I've been sending out emails trying to get my schedule set since December. But, at this time of year, it goes faster to call people directly and just say, we got to get something hammered out. We're T-minus 4 days and 22 hours. Not that I'm counting down or anything. But, now's the time of year when you start making appointments a half an hour instead of an hour. So
it's crazy. People don't realize I've been, like I said, I have gone to SHOT Show 6 years in a row. Now, the difference between you and I is that I have been for the last probably 5 on a booth.
Yep.
So I haven't had much time to walk around, but I do remember that one time or 2 times where I was walking around. It's like, oh my God, you get there, you think you have a plan, you think what you're going to do, right. And then you're like, where do I go?
It's like God's plan for your life. You think you have it all figured out.
No, and you know what is the worst part? When you know the number and you cannot freaking find that booth.
Or you're turning around in a circle and it's like right there and you're going, oh,
right.
Really?
And you're looking down, you see the number, it's like, but I see the 45. What is the 46? And the next to it is like 51. And you're like,
because they have them all combined. The other thing that I completely forgot about, and somebody mentioned on Facebook the other day, was milk crate carts.
What?
Okay, so there are certain people at SHOT Show who carry these little milk crate carts behind them so that they can put all the catalogs and everything into the cart and then wheel them behind them. But they're walking down the aisle and they'll stop and then you don't see the cart because you're looking up and you walk into their milk crates. And I'm just like, I just want to kick them every time. Look, I understand you have to get your catalogs. You're with retail or whoever, and you have to get all this information. Please be kind and bring a backpack like the rest of us.
Jenn, I have to admit.
Do you?
I have to admit that my first SHOT Show, I was so excited, and I went to one of the distributors, RSR, so I could have my box.
I actually went and got a bag. I got a bag, and I want to say it was from Galco. And I carried that little bag around with me, and it was horrible, and it killed my shoulder and everything. I didn't care. I'm like, I got to carry all my stuff with me.
I want to say hi to my wonderful friend, Phil. He says, love you, my friend. Keep on being a trailblazer in your SHOT Show. Well, maybe not this time, but yes. And you know what? That first year I went to SHOT Show, that was actually in Orlando.
Really? Oh,
yes.
6 years ago.
No, that was more than 6 years ago. Yes, that was my first one. Then I stopped going to SHOT Show, and then, everything else come around. So let me ask you, because I also wanted this video or this interview to be a kind of a guide for everybody who's watching. For instance, you have you know which manufacturers you want to visit pretty much. But I found myself, especially that first time, I had a list like number 1, I have to go to this place, number 2, this one, and so on and so forth. But then I realized number 1 was in first floor, and number 2 was on the second floor, or maybe on the same floor, but way separated. So how do you plan for this?
So First of all, God bless the NSSF, okay, for coming up with their SHOT Show app.
Yes, NSSF.
Brilliant, because I could not live without this thing, and I plan my entire schedule around it, really and truly. So like Wednesday, I think I'm upstairs. Thursday, I'm downstairs. I have everything starred on the app that I need to hit. I schedule blocks of time, which is slowly being encroached upon. But I try to schedule time to walk the floor so that I can see new things, meet new people, definitely check out the new exhibitors upstairs by the press room. But you're right, it's completely intimidating. And like we were talking about before, I mean, my first SHOT Show, this will be my 5th SHOT Show now, but my first SHOT Show, I went as president and CEO of AIM Hunting. And I went to meet with Cabela's to be a title sponsor of my TV show.
Ah.
So I was not a blogger.
Yeah.
I was not media. I was not anything. But my very first morning, I thought, I'm so ready. I've got this. I'm Jenn Jacques. I can do this. And I walked in the first room that I came to, and it was like the military police tactical, like guys in big shirts and dogs and all this stuff. And I literally walked in the room, turned around, walked right back out and went, oh my God, what am I doing? Oh my God. And it was so overwhelming. And I have to be honest, I sat on a little bench. And if you know SHOT Show, you know there was never anywhere to sit. So I sat on this little bench and I'm like, I just need to collect myself because I have to do this. I mean, I'm out here. I have to do this. And a gentleman came over with his son and said, is anyone sitting here? And I said, no, I mean, go ahead. I'm just kind of trying not to pass out right now. And he said, is it your first SHOT Show? And I said, it is actually. And he said, well, where are you from? I said, I'm from a little town outside of Green Bay, Wisconsin. I mean, nobody's heard of it. And he said, wow, that's funny. I'm from Forest Lake, California. But our old choir director at our church was from a small town outside of Green Bay. And I turned and I said, was her name Kathy Desjardins? And he said, yes. I said, that's my birth mother.
Wow.
What are the odds? What are the odds? And we said a little prayer together. And I went on my way, and it was like the hand of God working in my life at SHOT Show, because literally people were just being moved right in front of me to lead me on the path to where I am today.
And I don't know if this happens to you, but to me, SHOT Show is like a second Christmas in the way that, right? In the way that it's a celebration, one for once. And two, it's like you see your family. It's like that family you haven't seen in months, and then everybody gather in the same place, and you're like, okay, we're gonna do this tomorrow. We're gonna do this later.
The problem is, I love everybody and want to see everybody, but there's 80,000 people there, and you can't do it.
Yeah, and let me. Well, if you think about it, it was funny last year at the NRA annual meetings. Sometimes the best meetings come across when you just find yourself with another friend at the stairs, just walking from one.
That was us.
That was us last year. We didn't see each other at all, except
in that stairwell.
It was like, wow, it's so much fun at the same time. But like I tell people, just have an idea of which companies you're gonna go, and like you said, if just tackle the event by floors. Okay, today just do the first floor and make sure that your objective. Also, the show is about business. So if you're gonna go there to have fun, that's great. But pay attention that those manufacturers are there to make business, to show their new products and explain the dealers what they have. And I sent you the link of a very good website. And you know what? It's the first time I come across this website. It's called gunsholstersandgear.com. But I have to say that they did a great job. And I highlight whoever does a great job. And they did an amazing job highlighting all the new products. I haven't even finished. I haven't finished the list. And about the new products and the and that's going to be at SHOT Show. So I think that's great. If you want to go out, I can send you a link later. But that thing is fantastic. So what else are you excited to? You're going to go to the media day, which is going to be shooting firearms. So what are you more excited about? What are you looking?
So, I mean, every year, like you said, it's like a homecoming almost, really. You get to see all your friends. And I've been so blessed in this industry to know so many amazing people. I'm looking forward to seeing so many. But actually,
and that obviously includes me.
Of course, I'm really upset that you're not coming. I have to say, I'm not going to quit banging that drum because what? Whatever. I will see you at annual meeting though, so there's that.
Yes.
I'm excited to check out the SIG P365, and I know so the Walther PPQ M2 is my jam. I love this gun, and actually, this was shot with my M2.
So what do you like about it?
Everything. The way my hand grips it, the way it really makes me work for that shot. I love it. I like that. It's a good, solid gun. That is, for me, it's a little challenging, but it's right in that sweet spot where I have to work for it, and I like that. But Walther's coming out with a PPQ SC, a subcompact, and I showed you before the CCP is my everyday carry. But I mean, if I can carry a PPQ subcompact on my everyday carry, that would just be like, oh, make me very happy.
Nice, very good. There are many new firearms. I've actually checked. Let's see. Well, you said the P365. Now, what is new about that one in particular? I haven't read much about it.
I haven't either. It just looks very interesting. I'm not a real huge gunny girl. I mean, I'll test a few things out, and if I like it, I stick with it, and that's that. But I think it looks really interesting. It looks like it would fit my hand very well, and just the design of it. I like the design. Not to sound too much like a girl, but
I saw also that Springfield Armory is releasing the XDS Model 2, but in 45.
Yes,
that's gonna be whoa!
I know.
Woo!
I know.
That hurts my hands right now.
So on that website, they show the IWI Tabor shotgun, that new one. That just looks like something out of like an Xbox game or something. That looks really cool. So I hope they're going to have that at Media Day for me to shoot, because that thing is.
I think, I have a feeling that we should do another of these videos like live as you're at SHOT Show. I think that'll be cool.
Hey, if I can get reception, I will gladly.
That's true. I forgot. If
I really ask nicely, I'm sure the NSSF will let me use their Wi-Fi again.
NSSF, please give Jenn what she wants.
let me feed off your internet connection, please. But yeah, I mean, I love doing live videos, especially from the floor, because it is, and this year especially, is really, really challenging to get into SHOT Show. I mean, you can't just be Joe Schmo off the street and walk in. I mean, you really, even me, I had to have all my media credentials and everything approved, and it's like, I'm Jenn Jacques, but
right,
you got to work for it.
Definitely. Well, I have right there on the screen the website where people can find that the list of firearms. I think this, they did a great, fantastic job about that.
And Jake Thiel just wrote pro tip number 142: don't hit Tuesday night hard and risk ruining the rest of the week. That is very, very true. And I have my schedule end at 9:30 every day, which is hilarious, because I always say I'm going to get back to my room, I'm going to get a good night's sleep, I'm going to be so rested. But you start walking out of someplace and you see somebody and you're like, oh, I have to talk to you, and you start talking, and then you take 12 more steps and you see someone else and you start talking, and before you know it, it's 3 a.m. and you're like, well, I'll sleep tomorrow. So.
It is. And so there are so many events, and not only like the big parties. I'm talking about some meet and greet with certain companies, and it's all about networking, especially for people like us. We go, we network, we talk to people. It's a good time to really see everybody and chat a little bit, and the time goes so fast.
It's like a wedding. Fast. I say that all the time. It really is like your wedding. You show up and you're like, I'm here, it started, and all of a sudden you're getting on a flight at McCarran going, wait a minute, what?
Thank you, everybody who is connected and sending so many awesome messages. I'm highlighting as many as I can see here right now. Can you read that one, Jenn?
Jealous girls, just got to say it. Oh, you know what? We will take you, Susan, we will take you as far into SHOT Show as you ever want to be.
I got this one. Hola, hermosita. You see?
I'm glad you got that
one.
one.
Spanish. Saludos desde Texas. That's what they say. Hello from Texas. That's awesome. So we have people even from Puerto Rico saying hello. So this is awesome. And so let me ask you, so for how long are you going to be at the show? What do you think? Because this is another thing I want to tell people, that if this is your first time going to SHOT Show, do not expect you're going to see everything.
You're not. It's physically impossible. It is. That last year they walked the floor and they tried to stop at every booth for, I think it was like 12 seconds, and they still couldn't do it.
So. And it will be actually very a waste of time if you just stop for 12 seconds at a booth. You don't have time. You really want to have time to. Out of it. Yeah, no, nothing. You can say, okay, I walked. That was a very good workout. I was there. But yeah.
Well, that's another thing, is that workout is, so Mia Anistine and I and Brittany Starr, a couple other girls, will compare Fitbits and see how many steps we take per day. And it's always over like 25,000 steps. It's insane.
I have never done that because most of the time I am in the booth. So my workout is this. Hey.
Standing.
Hey. And that upper body.
Yes.
Hey. Hugging everybody.
Exactly.
I think that's one thing I'm really going to miss. But at the NRA show, I'm sure I'm going to be there hugging everybody.
Yay. Yeah, you're going to have to make up for not coming to show.
I know. Everybody's asking me, Gabby, you're not going to be there.
Well, so my friend Stacey Washington is coming, and this is going to be her first SHOT Show. And I think I kind of scared her because now she's just like, can I be your wing woman? Can I just walk with you? I'm like, that's fine. Because honestly, I wish I had someone to walk with me that first year. Because I had no idea where I was supposed to be going, what I should be hitting.
It's an awkward position when it's the first time and you're walking by yourself, because first of all, you don't know where to go. It's super overwhelming. It's an overwhelming event. And third, people are like, okay, what can I show you? And you're like, okay, no, thank you. Let me go.
Well, and you don't even know. You really don't even know. Like, so I love the Sig Sauer booth. Every year they hit it out of the park. Their booth is amazing. Last year, I mean, it was 2 stories, and I mean, just absolutely ginormous. It was very, very cool, but it's also really overwhelming. You're like, wait, I can't, you can't even navigate it. So I'm standing there a little overwhelmed, and somebody came up and was talking to me, and it was Matthias Klaus. He's the CEO of Sauer Germany. So got to catch up with him, and I mean, it's almost like a family event, but you kind of have to let the show come to you.
Yes.
Because you're not really in control.
No, you're not. And the best, I think the best you can get out of it is just, tackling the brands that you really want to visit, check the products that you really want to visit, and the rest is going to be just like, okay, cool, I saw this and that. But I think, and I'm not even, and I can't even say that's the right way, but I would say that it will take you a good 2-3 years to really sort of kind of see everything on the floor. Because
even then you're not going to see it all.
Well, everything is different. Every year is something different. So it's definitely hard to say, oh no, I'm going to have everything. I'm going to see everything. It's just very difficult.
Well, that's why I think it's important that the NSSF put up SHOT Show TV, because they're literally, out on the floor. They're showing you things from different manufacturers, things that are going on that obviously you can't get to everything. And then they're also doing interviews up on the stage. So they're bringing those people out and covering those issues. So this year I'm very, very blessed and honored to be part of 2 NSSF legislative update panels that are going to be shown on SHOT Show TV. The first one is on the NICS fix, and the second one is on the Hearing Protection Act. So I'm excited to be a part of that discussion, because I think those are very, very important legislative issues.
And I know those could be a very next following interviews between you and I and everybody. Like, where can people, find you? I mean, this amazing Jenn, she's amazing. Can you tell us where to find you? Where are you? I mean, in the media, obviously. What are you doing?
So right now, I'm working on a new project that's very hush-hush, but I'm excited about it. And God willing, it's going to be out by annual meetings. But I'm at my website, Jenn Jacques. That's 2 N's, and it's JACQUES. Same for Twitter, Jenn Jacques, and I'm on Facebook, and I'm clicking like and trying to comment so you guys can find me. But it's Jenn Jacques on Facebook.
Nice. Very good. I'm so happy and proud to have you here. This is, like I said, my first episode. I hope everybody, wasn't it? and my English was not that bad either.
Your English, so what's funny is I always understand what you're trying to say. So whenever you say, I'm worried about my English, I'm like, what are you talking about? I understand you.
Well, I have to say that sometimes I have said stuff that, I combine one word with another one and I meant something else. And I don't know if you understand what I'm saying, but it's just to give you an example. Let me give you an example. Okay. What bilinguals, like when English is my second language. So this happens like a few years ago. So we have here in the house to work out, like a bar that we put by the door. And I pull myself up there and just hold for grip strength. Right.
Yep.
So one day I told my husband, I've been using the bar. And he's like, nice, and all that stuff. And then I told him, so you know what? Today I hang myself. I hang myself and I stay there for like 10 seconds. And he's like, what are you talking about? Well, in Spanish, the same word to hold in hand, colgar, is the same. But in the translation doesn't go in the same way. And my husband is like, what are you talking about? But that's what happens when you're bilingual. Sometimes you don't get the translation doesn't come across the same way.
You know what, though? English is a really hard language. And I will tell you, I think it's really dumb that we have so many meanings for the same words.
But you know what? We also have that too in Spanish. Sometimes, and actually in different countries, we have complete different words, complete different meanings for the same Spanish.
Right.
And so it's funny, but yeah, being bilingual has its challenges, but I try to do my best.
Well, I adore you. I think you do your best every day.
Oh. Okay, this is
I'm really gonna miss you. This stinks. And honestly, so we have to talk about annual meetings because definitely you will be there, and it will be in Dallas.
Yes.
And we were making a joke this week. I said, well, it's so cold here in northern Wisconsin where I live. Thank goodness we're all going to be in Vegas next week, enjoying the climate of the sands. Because we don't even get to go out in Vegas. We're just on the convention floor. We're in the hotel. We're in the restaurants, and that kind of stinks. So that's why I like Media Day. We get to get out in the sunshine.
Awesome. Well, Jenn, I'm so happy and proud to have you here. Thank you, everybody, for joining in. Thank you for your comments. I will pick somebody and to give you one of my book, The Troubleshooting Mastering Your Pistol Marksmanship. And tomorrow, oh my God, I almost forgot. Guess who I have tomorrow?
Julie Gollop?
Yes. So tomorrow I have Julie Gollop talking about her her book. I can't wait to talk to her and join me tomorrow the same time around 1:30. I'm not sure, depends on her schedule, but it's going to be about that time. It's going to be great, and I cannot wait. Well, thank you so much, Jenn. You are an awesome and amazing woman. And my new hashtag, everybody, and it is #Second Amendment Guardian. Yay. Are you a Second Amendment Guardian too?
I am.
Yes, proudly. We are the Second Amendment Guardians. Okay. Well, anyway, how many times do I say bye? I don't even know.
It's hard to leave.
It is, isn't it? Okay, my darling.
Thank you for having
me.
Be
safe.
Love you too.
Be safe and have fun. Bye-bye, everybody.